A new basketball season on the horizon means another media day. And today we got the chance to speak with both coaches and players, familiar faces and new ones, about the season that lies ahead and their mentality going into it.
And Coach Brown, during the news conference today, he was asked about that tradition, the winning coach gets eggnogged.
Essentially, they were saying that it's not going to be Fran Brown. In the press conference, he said it was because he was allergic to eggs. We're still unsure at this point whether or not he was trying to be sarcastic. Either way, what we do know is that it's actually going to be Dan Villari instead. He actually signed a name, image, and likeness deal in order to be able to do it. So one guy steps out, another guy steps in. It's that classic team mentality they've had all year. Dwight Freeney added to the staff recently.
Yeah.
I want to know what you think specifically about Fran Brown's inclusion of alumni.
Essential.
Listen, Scott Teeter told us earlier in the week it's a one-game-at-a-time mentality for his team. He also knows the hill they have to climb going up against a top-5 team in the country.
Given that there is a game left and they could still get to a bowl game, it's unique.
It is unique, and I think the important part to also consider is as this coaching search is continuing to go on, there are still players here who have to finish out the season. You need somebody who's been on that stage, who can lead, and who can feel calm in high-pressure situations. That is not a knock on Collins. I have no idea if he's calm in those situations or not, but I know that with Angeli, that's what the players and the coaches continue to echo. He's cool, calm, and collected.
Right.
That mattered here.
Phillies do not have the NL East on lock.
I mean, if you have to be a sick person to enjoy the Phillies' downfall, girl, I have a disease.
I'm terminally ill.
They could have 100 great moments this season, but with 100 great moments and a quarter, I can make a phone call. I need wins.
That was good.
You like that one?
That was good.
You know, we've had so many seasons over the years where the first quarterback picked might have a little injury. Then the number two's got to get in there. So it's good to have two good ones, doesn't it? That makes a difference.
Yeah, it does. And I think there are, in a sense, two sides to this, because we were also asking him a little bit about does he think that Collins is going to get any playing time. He said, listen, he is one snap away or one injury away from us needing him, and then he becomes the guy. So it still is that next man up mentality. But the vibe I got from today's press conference was that they are sticking with Angeli. That is the guy, and they're going to give him an honest shot to prove that he can be that QB1.
NBC3 Sports is sponsored by Graves Brothers Home Improvement.
Syracuse football is hosting Stanford tonight, looking to hold on to their undefeated record. Welcome into sports. I'm Samantha Croston. Here's 3 things you need to know. Tonight marks the first time meeting between Stanford and Syracuse football. This year, Stanford was one of 3 new opponents who moved to the ACC alongside Cal and SMU. Earlier this week, Coach Brown explained how the addition of West Coast teams could impact recruiting.
I mean, it gives you an opportunity to go and recruit some guys and for them to be comfortable knowing that they'll get an opportunity to travel back home twice a year. So I think it helps. You got Cal, and then you'll have Stanford all the time, who should be on the schedule. So, I mean, it's not – I'm happy to be able to go play them. I'm happy to go out to California. I'm happy that Stanford gets to come here, you know, battle the Block S, I guess, you know.
Great way to put it. Number 2, Stanford's backup quarterback is named Justin Lamson, and that's a name Syracuse fans have heard before. Lamson began his college career here, playing for the Orange in 2021 and 2022 before transferring to Stanford. This week in Stanford football's press conference, Lamson was asked about what insight he had for his teammates on the dome environment they'll face tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's just a hostile environment. They love football in Syracuse, so I've kind of relayed that to the offense, just to be ready for some noise, especially on 3rd down. And I don't think noise is something that really affects us on offense because we've played in tough places. But just being very good with our communication is going to be the biggest thing. So, and also trying to give as much insight as I can on the defense players that I know, to try to give us an edge in any way possible.
Last but not least, tonight SU is celebrating something very special. 44 years ago, on September 20th, 1980, the JMA Wireless Dome opened its doors to fans. Originally named the Carrier Dome, the venue has been a gathering spot for the Central New York community for decades. And of course, 44 years is a meaningful anniversary, the number ingrained in Syracuse athletics to its core. From legendary running backs Ernie Davis, Jim Brown, and Floyd Little, to basketball players Derek Coleman and John Wallace. The Orange will celebrate the anniversary throughout tonight's game. The Orange kick off at 7:30 p.m. against Stanford on ESPN. We'll have full highlights as long as the game is over and reaction for you later on.
It's not uncommon to see siblings playing on the same field. What is uncommon is seeing them play against each other. Samantha Croston and Westbrook Shortell have the story.
Liz and Dan Evans normally opt to sit near the end line of the field.
Tonight, we've shifted a little bit closer to the middle.
The couple usually wears matching attire to represent their daughter on the field. But in this case, they're representing two different schools.
I said we better split it up, so that's how we decided to go this way.
The reason for the seat and wardrobe change is that the Evans' two daughters played against each other for the first time in their high school careers.
Sisters Emily and Maddie started in goal.
One daughter planted in each cage.
They were field players, young, and then they just evolved into being a goalie. And when they were in the goal, they did such a great job, and coaches identified that, and they just stuck with it.
Emily is a senior and the starting goalkeeper for their hometown, Skinny Atlas. Madison is a freshman who transferred into Christian Brothers Academy this year for the academics and a better shot at playing collegiately.
Yeah, Maddie!
To have that moment is special on its own if there were two sisters playing on opposing teams, but to have two sisters playing at, in my opinion, the most important position in our sport and starting against each other, that won't happen again.
It's a unique situation.
Together, 3, ready, 1, 2, 3! Together!
One Madison's head coach, Pat Britton, says he's never seen in his 13 years with CBA, and his new player understood the moment.
I was sort of wanting to get the win because it's against my sister, and she's older. It's just, we're really competitive with each other, but at the same time, I didn't care if we won or lost because it was still a surreal experience. You never really get to play a sibling.
An experience Madison will remember forever. After all, the reason she became a goalie in the first place was because she watched her big sis do it first.
I looked up to her. She was always my role model, and she started playing, and I thought it was cool. And plus, you're the last person that everyone's counting on.
I think it's really cool and really inspiring, honestly, for me that she looks up to me that much and that I've had that much of an impact on her. And I really hope she continues with it because I think she could be a really good goalie.
Rivals on the field from the first whistle to the handshake line, but having each other's best interests no matter what, and always hoping one another succeeds. In Syracuse,
Hi, guys!
I'm Samantha Croston.